Kelly and AC Sports Report, back for segment 2.
This segment we are going to talk some baseball news. But first, let me tell you about this song. This is Ice Cold by SB Entertainer. You can check him out on YouTube. Obviously, SB Entertainer. So there was a few news and notes from baseball this week. First, Dallas Brden throws a perfect game. You know, that's great and all, but I'm not going to get too far in depth for that.
It's a perfect game.
It happened a week ago, and he was on the A's, so I really don't think a ton of people here care about that. There were a few other things that happened in baseball this week, and the first one was just kind of comical to me, because it's about a very talented player.
Future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, in Ken Griffey Jr., who's sleeping in the dugout when they went for a pinch hit opportunity. Now, this thing has been denied by Don Wakamatsu, the Seattle Mariners manager. Try saying that 5 times fast. Their manager, and Ken Griffey Jr. And his agent said yesterday, like 3 days after it happened, it wasn't meant to be actually published.
Well, obviously, duh.
Well, yeah, but 3 days after, that kind of sounds rehearsed to me. If you would
of course,
yeah, if
you're trying to cover this up,
yeah,
and it's not going to work.
And that's fine to me, because if a guy on ESPN, I was commenting on this story. He said, "I'm a Mariners fan, and if I was playing on that team, I'd fall asleep too, because they're a boring team."
They're a boring team.
I like the Mariners. I think they still have a very good chance to win the AL and play somebody in the World Series, Phillies. But either way, they need to get their act together. They need to get some offense. I don't think Ken Griffey Jr. is doing it, but that was the first story. The second story came a day or two later, maybe the same day. It doesn't really matter. It said that the Phillies were caught using binoculars to look at other teams and steal their signs. Now, first, why are you using binoculars?
Why would you use binoculars? You have 20,000 cameras around.
Yeah, I mean, are you really
a few in the other dugout. Like, if you wanted to use binoculars, it doesn't make any sense.
Stupid,
it doesn't make any sense.
And this is the 4th year in a row they've been reported to do this. Now, do I care? No. And it's not just because I'm a Phillies fan, because the second this happened, I had Mets fans on my YouTube page saying, "Phillies are cheaters, this is how they're winning," and I simply responded...
That's what New York has to do.
Yeah, well, I simply responded with the Mets were one of the biggest steroid teams, but I'm not going to get into that, because the majority of you watching this are probably from New York. If this was the Mets that did this, I would have the same take. I really don't care. It's part of sports to steal signs. If you're looking down at that coach and you figured out what the steal sign is,
I do it all the time in tournament baseball. If you have a guy on the bench and these people are repeatedly going to the nose or going to the hat, obviously you're going to pick up on it.
Yeah, and you're telling me you're going to be hush-hush about that and not say anything? It doesn't make sense to me.
Obviously, it's different if you're using binoculars to look at other people's signs.
Stupid.
That's just dumbness.
What do you expect with that? Now, would I do this? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't plan to do it. If I was bored or not bored, but if
I was asleep in the dugout.
Well, yeah, that's possible. But it doesn't make sense to me. I didn't have a problem with Spygate, and a lot of people did. To me, it's just blown out of proportion. Because it goes on with all sports. And I said that to JR Sports Brief, and he pretty much echoed that. He said, look, the Phillies got caught, but it doesn't matter because all teams do it. And he's a New York guy, too, so that...
Yeah, so that proves our point.
Yeah.
A week from now, no one's going to be talking about this.
No, no one will. But is that necessarily important? Probably not, but I think the Phillies, whether they did this or not, whether you want to call this cheating or not, they didn't win because of this. I don't know. I mean, the Phillies, to me, won because of talent. I've watched this team since, like, 1999.
They're a talented team. They're a talented team right now. And they weren't before. Now, if they were doing this beforehand, before they were talented, this wouldn't even be an issue.
But even that, if they are a team that's doing this and they're winning games, I don't buy they only won because of this. You don't do that. It's not, to me, people are going to compare this with steroids, and I don't even do it. Because steroids is actually changing how you play the game.
Well, somehow it always comes back to steroids. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's because that's how baseball is today, and that's how baseball's always going to be seen. And for the third week in this show, I'm going to bash Bud Selig for how much of an idiot he is with scheduling the Phillies Blue Jays, moving it to Philadelphia because the days those games were supposed to happen, there's a political conference.
Of course there's a political conference.
Okay, fine. Don't have them then. But to me, you can move into August on a day that they don't have a game, and it's because Bud Selig's trying to cover his image. Oh, we can't have interleague play in August. It's only June. Bud Selig's an idiot. Bottom line. Now I'm gonna get a little into the Dallas Brden-ARod thing, because if you haven't figured out by now, I'm not a huge A-Rod fan. I give Derek Jeter and CC Sabathia and Mark Teixeira credit, but A-Rod uses aeroids, so I don't give him credit. This is what happened with the whole thing. Dallas Brden got mad because A-Rod ran over his mound when he's going onto the field. That, to me, is just a joke. If you want to get mad about that, fine, but
it's a baseball field. You're going to run.
Yeah, no one is going to sympathize with you. And he's continued to do this. Here's what Dallas Brden said. This is off newslolate.com. He said he should maybe watch his captain a little more often. It doesn't start and end with him over there at third, which pretty much is just saying he's not the only guy out there, which, whether you're a Yankees fan or not, A-Rod thinks very highly of himself. He went on to say, the Yankees are an extremely classy organization with guys who tend to do the right thing, and this is bad. Well, I haven't known A-Rod to do the right thing a lot, so to me that doesn't surprise me.
I haven't known an organization to do the right thing.
And he said, I don't care if I'm a Cy Young Award winner or the 25th man on the roster, it really doesn't matter. You shouldn't be running over my mound. He finished, I don't go over there and run laps at third base. I don't spit over there. I stay away. You know, that to me is just a joke.
You're blowing it out of proportion. I don't care if you pitched a perfect game.
No, but this is even before he pitched a perfect game.
Exactly.
But it doesn't make sense to me why you have a huge issue with this. Am I missing something in that?
They have a grounds crew. That field should be in perfect condition. I said mint condition.
Yeah, but you can read. What he's saying here is, as a pitcher, you get comfortable in one spot, and obviously he's saying A-Rod was kicking that spot. If he wants to do that, fine. Dig it out every inning. I really don't care. This is a Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report. That was segment 2. In segment 3, we are going to come back, and we are going to talk some, what were we talking in segment 3?
I don't remember.
We're going to talk some sports with you.
We're going to talk some sports.
Just come back, and it'll be good.
You'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's a surprise. And we got a huge show announcement. Check it out.